Welcome dear all. Today we are going to study about the collision model, effective collision, Arrhenius equation, pseudo-order reactions. We have reached at the end of the chapter. Through this we will be completing our chapter and the formula that we are going to learn in Arrhenius equations, that formula we will be utilizing in solving the numericals. So let's see what is actually a collision model. Here I have tried to show you few pictures regarding the topic that we are going to learn in this video. Collision model. Collision itself says कि जब दो चीजें टकराती है at a proper orientation, then only the reaction, the outcome will take place. That is, reaction occurs when molecule undergo collision with sufficient energy and then only they will be effective. For example, जैसे कि आप दो इंसान आमने सामने आ रहे हो, ठीक है, और दोनों की स्पीड सिमिलर है. Person A, the speed of person A is similar to the speed of person B and they are exactly coming in an opposite directions with the same alignment, and then they will collide and result into the products. Okay, जब दो गाड़ी आपस में टकराती है with the same, then the accident takes place, and then in that manner you can decide with the speed and with the alignment you can decide how injurious or how serious the accident was. So similarly, here in this collision model, the reaction occurs when molecules undergo collisions, but all collisions are not effective. To get a resultant product, the collision should be effective and with the sufficient energy, and it should be in proper alignment. Now, effective collisions which lead to product formation is governed by two factors. First is orientation barrier and second is the energy barrier. Now, in orientation barrier, reactants must collide in favorable orientations to make and break bonds. As I told you, you can check it here. Right, when Cl, that is chlorine, is colliding with NOCl. Okay, that is nitrogen oxychloride. If an effective collision is taking place, then we will be able to obtain the resultant product. And if you can see the collision is not at all effective, then we may not obtain our resultant product. So that is the orientation barrier, in which way the orientation is taking place. Next is energy barrier. Molecules having energy greater than or equal to threshold energy will only form the product. Now, what is this threshold energy? Threshold energy is the minimum activation energy that is required for a molecule to undergo collision. You can see the graph has been given over here, that is percentage of molecules versus the kinetic energy. Only the molecules with this minimum amount of kinetic energy will collide hard enough to react. Okay, molecules with this amount of kinetic energy will not react. So, minimum kinetic energy is. Next is explanation for increase in rate of reactions with the temperature. Right. With increase in temperature, you can see it increases the number of effective collisions. Why? Because if we are increasing the temperature, the kinetic energy increases, and as we know that kinetic energy is related to the movement of the particles present in the body. Definitely, if the particles are in motion, then they will collide with each other, and most probably they may undergo the effective collisions. That is, the fraction of colliding molecules that have enough energy to exceed EA increases. Right, to exceed EA. What is EA? EA is the activation energy, or you can say the threshold energy. Temperature dependence is expressed by the Arrhenius equations that I told you we are going to learn over here. Now, why this is known as Arrhenius equation, as it has been given and found by scientist Arrhenius. Hence, this equation is known as the Arrhenius equation. But what is this Arrhenius equation? It is a temperature dependence equation which gives an idea whether the collision is taking place, whether the chemical reaction is taking place or not. Are we going to obtain a fruitful product or not? That is, he has given a relation K is equals to A e raised to minus E A upon RT, where this is E is equals to exponential factor, whereas capital A is either you can say Arrhenius constant or you can denote as frequency factor. K is the rate constant. Now taking natural log of these equation. Right, after taking natural log, we have this as an exponential form to be converted. Then while calculating, we need to even convert this natural log into the logarithm, that is by multiplying with 2.303. So what is activation energy? Minimum energy required to initiate a chemical reaction. I repeat, the minimum energy required to initiate a chemical reaction is known as your activation energy. So your activation energy will be equal to threshold energy minus average kinetic energy of reacting molecules. For the complex type, right? Activation energy will be equal to threshold energy minus average kinetic energy of reacting molecules. Therefore, we can say EA is equals to E activated complex minus E ground state. E activated complex minus E ground state. That is delta H is equals to, we know change in enthalpy is equals to activated energy of forward reaction minus activated energy of backward reaction. Arrhenius equations of reaction rate. It gives the relation between rate of reaction and temperature as we were talking about. Here you can see this natural logarithm has been converted into the normal logarithm, right? That is, we need to multiply 2.303 log K will be equals to log A minus EA, that is 2.303. So common gets cancelled out and the remaining 2.303 is 0. And this can be taken, that is T. T is the difference between the temperature, that is 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. Hence, if you solve 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2, you will be getting this particular equation. So, this equation we are going to use to solve the numericals. Now, probability or steric factor. The probability or steric factor says that rate is equals to Pz into AB, Pz of AB, right, into E raised to minus EA upon RT, which says the fact that in a collision, molecules must be properly oriented, right, where P is probability of steric factor, which takes into account the fact that in a collision, molecules must be properly oriented, and ZAB is equals to collision frequency. That is the number of collisions per second per unit volume of the reaction mixture of reactant A and B. Pseudo-order reactions. Pseudo means false. In your lower standard, you might have heard about this word pseudo, that is pseudofit in amoeba, which talks about the false feet. So here as well, we are going to learn the pseudo-order reactions. Pseudo means the false order reactions. मतलब जो ऑर्डर आपका होना चाहिए उसके बदले वो नहीं होता है. आपको केमिकल रिएक्शंस देख के लगेगा कि ये सेकेंड ऑर्डर है, बट जब आप उसको रेट कांस्टेंट या ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शंस निकालोगे, एट दैट मोमेंट इट विल बी अ फर्स्ट ऑर्डर रिएक्शन. सो दैट इज द वे हाउ वी are going to learn about the pseudo order reactions. that is an order of a chemical reaction that appears to be less than the true order due to the experimental conditions when one reactant is in large excess. As I told you, right? Let us take an example of ethyl hydrolysis of ethyl acetate. ठीक है, जब हम हाइड्रोलिसिस करते हैं इथाइल एसीटेट का, at that moment the concentration of ethyl acetate is very less than comparatively to the water molecule. तो reaction देखने से क्या लगेगा कि second order reactions है, that is one reactant is ethyl acetate and the another reactant is water molecule. But as there is a large difference between the concentration of one reactant than the another reactant, तो रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन या ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन किस पे डिपेंड होगा? जिसका कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कम है. गॉट इट? सो इन दैट मैनर जो थियोरेटिकल इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द एक्सपेरिमेंटल कंडीशंस. सो एन ऑर्डर ऑफ अ केमिकल रिएक्शन दैट अपीयर्स टू बी लेस than the true order due to the experimental conditions when one reactant is in large excess. So here we are to look into about the pseudo first order reactions. That is, second order kinetics can be approximated as first order under certain experimental conditions. Pseudo first order kinetics, second order rate law is equals to K into concentration of A into B, but it reduces to pseudo first order if either A or B is in large excess. ठीक है, जो भी large excess में होगा उसे हम क्या ले लेंगे? As in constant. That is, pseudo first order rate law will be equals to K dash into concentration of B, where K dash is equals to K into concentration of A, because here they have taken the concentration of A is in large excess. I hope you have understood this pseudo order reaction. Next, pseudo second order kinetics. So what actually the chemical reactions will be? Third order kinetics, which experimentally we are expressing in terms of pseudo second order kinetics. Okay, so third order rate law is K into concentration of A raised to 2 into concentration of B. Now it reduces to pseudo first order if concentration of A is in excess, pseudo second order if concentration of B is in excess. Okay, अगर concentration A अगर excess हो गया तो हम उसको क्या लेंगे? I told you, right? If concentration of any of the reactant is in excess, तो हम उसे constant ले लेंगे. तो अगर concentration of A excess होगा तो A raised to 2 तो constant में चला गया. तो बाकी क्या बचा? Concentration of B which is raised to 1. That means it is pseudo first order reaction. ठीक है. हालांकि equations देखने से क्या लगेगा कि ये third order reaction है. But हुआ क्या? Pseudo first order. अब अगर concentration B excess में है, so now this will be as in constant K, right? K into concentration of B will be constant. So it will be pseudo second order reaction because complete reactions will be dependent on the concentration of A. I hope this last example is clear to you. So thank you very much for listening, and please go through the chapters. Please solve the in-text numericals. Hope all your dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Good day, stay safe, stay tuned.